Okay. We found out in a similar, because I'm setting it up for the topic. Domestic violence. Nobody knew that women were more violent than men. Violent than men in intimate relationships. Nobody knew that.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knew that. Because the media didn't want to report on women being violent.
Right.
How about it? The media was like, we're not going to talk about that. Get violent. Violence from women should be women lead in all those categories. They say, well, we're going to downgrade the category. We're going to call it marginal violence. Lead in moderate violence in intimate relationships. The media put here. The narrative man is trying to kill. There are men out there who hurt women.
Yes, they are.
And gotcha. But let's not forget, stereotypes are always in play in American society.
True.
Point in case. I use this example all the time. You can go on YouTube right now and look up this video. It's called when they do the experiment, the park experiment, where the couple man is going off on the woman and the park is on alert. Women are getting confront him for being violent towards the woman.
Right.
They come back a couple of days later. Now she's being violent towards him, and the whole park is laughing at him. So there's a stereotype for violence toward men towards women.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Getting pushed. And that leads us to today's topic. What the fuck about she too?
Oh.
Women who children or who sexually abuse, period. Oh, well, you know, men are more sexually abusive. They're more violent. They're more this. Men are just terrible. But what happens is, in a low-key way, women get a pass to be monsters. What happened to the human sentiment? You do some foul shit that's inhuman. For female, you know why? Because nobody's reporting the females. They say nobody, or not all the people who have been, abused, male abuse. But the same is true for the females. Gosh. Commission into institutional response. Recently, 1950 to 2010, 60% abuse place at faith-based institutions. 95% of alleged offenders were men. This means that the remaining 5%, or 9,600 cases, were women.
Yep.
Ain't nobody talking about the nun trying to get some.
Right.
The
That's crazy.
priest is an evil, demonic motherfucker that should be possessed by the spirit of 7 demons. The nun trying to get some.
Right.
Everybody wants to incriminate women while women are running around incriminating everybody. This happened years ago, and even though he paid for college and he gave me $5 million and
Right.
what? Listen, I'm the incident between Bill Cosby and this man-like looking woman. No disrespect to her aesthetics.
Yes.
She's just not attractive.
Right. At all.
Very strong in the jaw.
Yes, very.
After the incident, she said they talked every week.
What?
She said she visited his house 14 times. He paid her way through college. I'm not saying Bill Cosby. But
Down in my esophagus.
Bill Cosby. I'm dead fraction.
Unless I'm telling you I'm coming to fuck your ass up.
And out my pocket.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
So, MTV, right? Reports. R. Kelly opens up about his childhood sexual abuse.
I could see that.
I can see that
He acted like he was abused.
Here's the thing. Said he was abused by a woman.
That's what I'm saying.
Do Radio 101 again.
Okay.
We can. Okay. You. But preachers.
Right.
And you using him as a you gotta just that's raping him too.
Right.
Yeah. Ain't no rape.
Or okay, let's change the word. Maybe she didn't rape him. Would you guys agree with extort?
Hmm.
Well, I think she's leveraging of I'ma sue you.
Right.
At the very least, maybe.
I think it was way more than that.
But she
Saying Bill is okay. I'm a woman. I'm just saying that's still extortion. Taking shit from you if you hurt me.
You know, I think it's a bigger picture to even that. It's like they're trying to show us who they really think we are. It's like, it's so interesting. The police can kill us and they can get away with it. Everybody can do what they do in Hollywood. But when Bill does it, he got to go to jail. He got to break bread. He got to have, I hate to say it, it's just, I don't care how big you think you are, nigga. I'll bring you back down. And like that, but that's just really how I feel about it. It's all, it's a demonstration. It's bigger than was a solid told name that but you to hear.
I think it's more to it even than that. With Bill, Bill pissed off the wrong people.
Oh,
Period.
that's true, too.
He pissed off the wrong blue it out there. The nigga fucked up. He likes to point his finger at everybody that's living up. And you're saying this, telling people not to. Album about smoking weed. I heard Huckleberry with you and Quincy Jones. Y'all was talking about smoking weed. Who else? So fuck. Respect him because he's. I mean, I'm a comic. I love his comedy. I don't respect the fact that you pointed your fingers at all these black brothers and sisters out here trying to come up in the game. They're not educated and they're not this and that.
A victim from childhood trauma. Family member who abused him. And is he, in fact, a victim? Now, I'm.
No.
I'm just. Yeah.
I've heard from most those stories because they used to get on because she was nice. The niggas in my chair said that shit.
Today's topic, shit. Young men. These are Hearst passive females in relationship with abusive males who would do just about anything to keep their man happy. They take a who came up with abuse. Co-abuse will actually answer together as a couple. I'm just
He's
No,
getting
of course.
beat and that. Leave him.
That now.
Doctor is
in here and I'm gonna augment your titties while my wife sucks your pussy, and we're gonna put you under this anesthesia. I mean, it's been all over the news all week. So there are being, and she has no reason. He's not beating her ass or nothing.
Right.
They are cold. He likes to rape bitches, so she went along with it to help him out to keep him.
Crazy.
Wow.
So sick.
Then you got the Kavanaugh situation. See, I'm trying to paint a picture here.
Okay.
Black men are the villain of this nation, period. We are the villains.
Yeah.
In every story, we're the villains. Kavanaugh is being, getting ready to become, a Supreme Court justice here. Now, the dude had parties. He attended parties. The women, one of the women that's coming against him, attended like orgy parties or whatever, however you want to look.
Right.
How many parties does she attend for it to be like, you kind of responsible for what happened? I'm not trying to say somebody's supposed to rape you.
Right. You're putting yourself in that position.
But you know what the party is.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Why are you there?
Why are you there?
Right.
See, do you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to show up just to watch.
Right.
So wait a minute, let me ask you. Are you depraved because you want to watch? Like, is this a fetish? Like, nobody's going to question any mental instability with you for just wanting to be there.
Right.
What are you there for? Now, if you participate in any of the bullshit going on, do you see what I'm saying? To me, that kind of blows your credibility out of the water.
Just being there.
Right.
Constantly. At every function.
Right.
What's her name? Swetnick? Julie Swetnick alleges he spiked punch at parties so intoxicated women could be raped.
First of all, your last name Sweatnick. How dressed you, bitch. You was probably the one spiking the shit. Ain't no telling what went on.
And now there's a third woman. Right? And this is from the parties from the 80s. And again, I'm not caping for this white man either.
At all. Right.
Right? Listen to this. The woman, Julie Swetnick, said that she was the victim of one of these gang rapes in approximately 1982. She didn't call them parties. She's calling them gang rapes.
That's what it was, apparently.
No, I don't think it was a rape. She voluntarily got hit. Now it's a rape.
She said parties that she attended.
Yeah, if you're going and you're getting raped and you don't want to be raped, then you won't attend. So
That's
if you're
right.
attending the rape party, you want to spread your egos.
How many black kids attended? How many black kids attended? Because this is funny. How many black kids attended the motherfucking Halloween party in the cemetery?
I've been to one.
Most black kids be like, where the party at?
Right.
Yeah, at the old cemetery at the top of the nigga nah.
Right.
I'm finna go on about my business and get this candy out here in these streets.
Right.
I am not finna be in the goddamn cemetery.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the kind of shit, no disrespect, a lot of white folk do this.
Right.
See, white folk criminality is a little different than black folk. See, black folk criminality means you're a criminal and we will prosecute you to the full extent of the law,
Right.
nigger.
Till you're dead.
You will go to jail.
Right.
Get your gosh darn ass in.
White folk criminality be a little different. Oh, these are just kids. They were joyriding, for
Right.
Christ's sake. Stealing my car is like stealing a go-kart.
Right.
No. No. So you guys are in college having,
In high school.
I guess this is college for them,
Oh, okay.
for this story. You guys are having gang rape parties. Let me see how it was worded again. Punch at parties so intoxicated women can be raped. Now, I need to just understand. If the word got around, you know, Julie got raped last night.
Right.
Oh my God! I've got to go to that party. I'm gonna keep my virtue. They're not gonna touch me. I'm gonna drink.
What
all
I'm
the
trying to
punch.
say is, at what point is a woman responsible?
The minute she walked through that door, knowing Julie got raped the night before.
Shoot, the minute she see anything that she notices she don't like and she still keep coming back to it, you like it. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're saying you don't like it, but you're here, so obviously you're with it.
I'm not going to no function if I heard somebody got attacked. I'm not.
Me
I mean,
neither.
just growing up in the hood, you hear about shit. Don't walk past that house at a certain time. You don't walk past that house.
But look
Right.
what she said she witnessed. She also said she saw Kavanaugh and Judge lined up at other parties waiting for their turn with a girl inside the room.
Wow.
You saw that?
And
Right.
you still went.
And you went back to a party
Right.
that you saw that there was a private train room popping.
Right.
She couldn't wait to get in that train room because you was. There's no way I'd be there. Sorry.
Exactly.
That bitch probably lubricated herself before she left the house. Like, oh my God, they're raping women. Stop! Don't touch me. My legs are open.
And I don't know this lady. I don't know her moral background. I'm not for or against anything other than people not raping each other.
Right. That part.
Right.
People not sexually abusing each other. But what I'm trying to point out here is that there is a bias in the way this shit is reported.
Right.
I'm gonna be mad as shit if anybody I love is caught up in some bullshit like this.
Mm-hmm.
But as a mentor, I'm gonna be like, how did you get yourself into this?
Right.
And not from a space of blame, but from a space of navigation.
Right.
See, black folk teach their kids how to navigate the streets.
Mm-hmm.
We try to teach our kids how to navigate life. Right? At no point do we try to get you to navigate yourself into a situation where you could be victimized.
Right.
It's like he says, though, if somebody already said they're doing this, they're attacking, why are you going there? So you're putting yourself in that position repeatedly. I'm not saying I'm for Kavanaugh, because I really don't care either way it goes. But dude, if he was holding women down like the girl said, really doing it, then he shouldn't be a Supreme Court justice. And if he, but I mean, it was in the 80s, and it's out of, isn't that out of the jurisdiction to prosecute him? Isn't it out of the time zone?
But then we're back to the double standard. Why is Bill the only one in prison?
That's
Right.
what I'm saying.
Right. Well, he
Right.
definitely pissed somebody off.
And there's a meme going around with the Emmett Till woman and next to Bill. If Bill's in jail, allegedly for raping women, this woman accused Emmett Till for whistling and carrying on at her, and this boy is dead. She should be held accountable too.
Well, she came out and said she
admitted
lied about it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
she should be in jail. Fuck that. Why are you still free?
She's 82, 83. She should be in jail.
Right.
Yeah, bitch, you going to jail.
That's not how this system works.
No.
I want to hear from the men tonight. You've been abused by a woman, but you liked it. She was older than you. She trained you.
She put them lips on you.
Listen, I want to hear it. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. It happens.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of time the way men look at it is like, hey, did nothing really, shit. Something good was happening.
Right. When I was in high school, there was a teacher, and she would have sex with the football players, and everybody knew, and she would do different ones. And so it's like, you know what's up when you deal with her. So it's the same thing with that girl. When she went there, she knew what was up. And the craziest part about it, I Googled it, and they said this is the most 50 infamous female teacher sex scandals. Now, you figure, and I looked at all of them.
Let's see. Well, let's say some names.
Okay, let me say some names. So number 26 is Sarah Tolzien. She was at Rich South High School, and she had sex with a 16-year-old, and she got 26 charges. Samantha Solomon, number 24, and she was a health professor in human services in New York, and she was 29. She dated a 17-year-old. And then we have number 44, Rihanna Ellis. She was in high school, and she taught health professions and human services as well. I guess that's something up with that, right? Same type of teaching. And she was 24. He was 18. I mean, they have some here with 31 charges. This lady was, her name is Rebecca Todd, and she went to White River High School. Long story short, she was 25. The student was 17. She got 31 charges, felony attempts. There's over 50 women, and all of them, unfortunately, look like they're Caucasian. Oh, there's one black girl. Keisha D. Manuel. She's number 50. And Keisha is from Baton Rouge.
Damn, Keisha!
Yep, and she did a 15-year-old at the age of 27, and she got 50 felony charges.
Wow.
50
Wait.
felony.
50 felony
50.
charges?
Let me click and see if it gets a little bit more detail-oriented about this 50. So, yeah, Keisha did her thing. That's horrible. And then there's Angela Comer. She's 29. And in the picture, her mouth is open, I guess, illustrating how great that could be. So I'm waiting to see if it opens up more about Keisha. But she's the only African-American that I saw on this lineup. But it just shows that there's lots of reports. And like you said, there's a lot of things that are not reported.
Right.
You know? Yeah. Okay, so here we are. So she's an art teacher. She began exchanging letters with a 15-year-old male student before eventually meeting the student at a public library where the two had sex in the woman's restroom stall. The affair eventually